Wardrobe sponsored by Charmaine Freeman Designs.
Good evening, welcome to the Sharmark Show. I am your host, Sharmark Layer. And guess what? The beauty continues today. The pageantry continues today. We're on the last lap of the National Carnival Queen delegates are here. Good evening, ladies.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
And your name is?
I am Shernia Phillip, Miss Duty Free Point Seraphine.
Oh, nice meeting you.
A pleasure.
I'm Tatiana, Clovis Freitas, Miss St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
Beautiful. Welcome.
Thank you.
How is the feeling today? You look snatched, everything, your hair is on point. I like what your sense of fashion.
Well, we're getting hyped up for the pageant. Yes, so I'm a bit nervous because all the excitement is boiling down to this final moment. However, I'm feeling fueled by the extra support that I'm receiving, the encouragement. So it's a balance.
Nice. My first question this evening, what does it feel to be Miss Point Seraphine? This is a huge brand, a huge name. And you were very fortunate to be Miss Point Seraphine for this year Carnival 2025. What does it feel like to just walk around with that sash, or even though sometimes you're home and you look into the mirror and you look at your reflection, you Miss Point Seraphine? What does it feel like?
Well, I carry this sash with pride. When I was announced as Miss Duty Free Point Seraphine at the sashing ceremony, I was a bit surprised because it wasn't new to me, but it just took me by surprise. And I finally got to meet the team. So they're encouraging, they're loving, they're supportive, they embraced me, and they have so much belief in me. So when I look at myself as Miss Duty Free, I feel a great sense of responsibility because they've not had a queen before, and this year they're a bit more hopeful that Shania can bring it home to us.
Okay,
And so it doesn't feel like a burden, more of a responsibility, and I carry it with pride.
This girl precious. Something about the love she exudes contagious.
Hi everyone, my name is Shania Phillip. I am 25 years old and I am from PI. I am contestant number 6 at this year's National Carnival Queen Pageant, and I'm sponsored by none other than Duty Free Point Seraphine, shopping for all your senses.
Young clever, yeah. Every eye on you, girl, I start like you. Baby, I choose you. Yeah. Girl, you sweeter than a ripe mango, darling. Sweeter than sugar cane, my Caribbean pen. You sweeter than a ripe mango, darling. Girl, I cannot complain, my Caribbean queen. Girl, you sweet and you sweet and you sweet and I wanna let you know. Girl, I hooked and I hooked and I hooked and I gotta let you go. Girl, you sweet and you sweet and you sweet and I wanna let you know. Girl, I hooked and I hooked and I hooked and I gotta let you go. Use the apple on the eye, the honey to my tea. Anywhere you go, that's where I wanna be. Baby girl, you my cherry pie. Partner's telling me, boy, you tight. I change and you are the reason why.
Miss Tourism, how does it feel to carry this sash?
If we're talking about pre-sashing, before I found out that I was Miss St. Lucia Tourism, with this pageant, there's a lot of gossip. So before sashing, you hear a lot of, you're going to get this sponsor, you're going to get this sponsor. And St. Lucia Tourism came up, and I thought in my head, okay, practice this name because it was a long name. It is a long name. And I remember just before I went on stage, I was just practicing like St. Lucia Tourism Authority just in case. And then when I went on stage, it was, and I was like, thank God, I'm practiced, I'm ready. And it felt good. At first I was like, why me? Why would they pick me? But it became apparent that we have the same mission. I mean, I plan to be on that global stage as an artist. I am a performing artist, and I think that in St. Lucia we have so many talented people, and we never have the opportunity to showcase our talent regionally, sometimes even international, it's like it seems like something that is not possible for us in St. Lucia, but I'm really against that stereotype. I think we as St. Lucian people need to think outside, and I definitely want to be at the forefront of providing opportunities where St. Lucia can be showcased to the world. So I made that connection, and it feels great to be representing the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. I mean, it is a big responsibility, but like Shania said, I carry the sash with pride, and I see that not only St. Lucia Tourism believes in me, but St. Lucia also believes in me, and I have that confidence instilled in me.
Tatiana, welcome to St. Lucia Tourism Authority. I said to you, you have a lot of agencies supporting you to make it happen.
We look forward to seeing what you have in store for us, and good luck.
And you're going to win. Do your best and show the world what St. Lucia has to offer.
We will tell them, let her inspire you.
Congratulations to you, and we do wish you all the very best.
On behalf of the agency, focus on what it is that you wish to showcase to the world.
You don't only represent St. Lucia Tourism Authority, there is power in collaboration, and we want you to represent proudly and do your utmost best.
It shows that not only SLTA believes in me, but St. Lucia also believes in me. So I'm very honored. Let's showcase St. Lucia to the world, and let's bring this crown home.
Team Tati!
Miss Point Surfing, why did you decide to audition for the pageant this year?
Well, to tell you the truth, my twin brother was the one. Since last year, we were watching the pageant.
Oh, you're
live.
twin?
Yes,
Oh,
I
congrats.
am. I thank you. And he's like, "You're going up next year."
Are you serious?
Yes.
Your twin brother is a psychic or something. That shows like you have your chaperone at home.
Well, he was more of encouragement. He's like, I believe you have what it takes.
Nice.
So he said, "You're going up next year." And when the flyer now came out, he was the first person to send it to me. He's like, "Apply."
Apply. You
Apply.
wanted to make sure that you went up
Yes.
this year. That's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Shania, you can do it. I believe in that." He has always believed in me for everything.
Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be.
So he's my greatest supporter.
Have you done a pageant before?
I have.
Which
I
pageant
have.
is that?
So I first competed in a small community pageant. I think it was called Summer Splash.
Okay.
That was a couple of years ago. I cannot remember the year.
Okay.
And I was first runner up. And then we had Miss Viewfort Comprehensive, and then I didn't place in that one. I guess my performance was just poor. At that point in time, I had severe stage fright for some reason. Going into that pageant, I didn't think that I'd experience that, but it was an eye-opener for me.
Okay.
And it was for that reason I never really decided to go up for Queen Show. I've had a lot of people encourage me and said, "You know what? This looks like you have that pageant personality, you walk like a model, And for that reason, I held back. And my brother came. I'm 25 now. 26 is the age limit. And I'm thinking, okay, by the time I'm 26, that'll be my last year to try out. And I said, just go for it. What do you have to lose?
I know.
And so him being that source of inspiration for me, it was the starting point for me. However, when you usually participate in pageants, they usually ask you to have a platform, have a purpose. What is your cause? What do you hope to do after that? And long before the pageant, I really wanted to, I wanted to be an advocate for change in helping students like myself.
Okay.
Who have difficulty in pursuing further education because we're restricted by our financial circumstances. And so I thought, here's a great platform for me to at least network and spread the idea, because I remember speaking once with the manager of Library Credit Union, and he thought my initiative, I wanted to start a program that enables students to refer sales from businesses And then in return, they receive 10% commission of these sales. So that money can only be redeemed for tuition purposes and just educational tools and stuff like that. And he thought it was a really good idea. So I thought, okay, here's a great platform to share that. At least more people can hear about that.
Yes.
I can network, or I can just get the support that I need, garner the
information.
Yes, and have people rally for that.
How
because,
is it been going so far?
Well, so far, a lot of people, they love the idea, they're receptive to the idea. So I'm really hoping that after this pageant, I can really get it going, because whether I win or not,
yes,
I'm going to get it going.
Definitely.
I am here to represent the dreamers who cannot do. And for this reason, I thought the pageant was a great place to start.
Miss Tourism, why did you audition this year? Why this year?
Well, my mother has been urging me to do this pageant since I was at the age where I could. And I was very against it. I'm somebody who, I value my freedom. I found pageants a bit superficial, and I did not see where I would fit. I thought it wasn't for me. And I experienced a very hard place. I was starting my music career, and it wasn't going anywhere. I felt like I was not reaching the people I needed to reach in terms of understanding what I wanted for my music career. And I saw the advertisement for the pageant, and I thought this would be a great opportunity for exposure.
But don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Or must I imagine you there?
I auditioned, and after my audition, I was like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. But it really wasn't a good audition. But after I qualified, I realized, okay, there's something there. And I quickly realized that the pageant is not just about glitz and glamour. It's also a transformative process. I realized that it gave me the opportunity to become more confident on stage and learn more artistic abilities. So I am very grateful that I joined. It has been a very challenging process, but transformative, to say the least.
And we'll be right back. We'll get some more information from the ladies and get to know them personally. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on the Sharmark Show. Ladies, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome. Which segment are you most excited for the night of the pageant?
Well, last night I saw my costume. So I am excited. We have a huge surprise in store for St. Lucia.
Okay.
Yes, something that I guess they're not expecting. And a huge shout out to Michael Gustav. So
nice.
I am really looking forward to that segment. Probably the crowd response to me.
Okay.
Doing that. Yep. I'm looking forward to that part.
Miss St. Lucia Tourism, which segments are you looking for on the night of the pageant?
Honestly, every time I'm asked this question, I never know which one to say, because throughout the pageant, I have found a deep love for each segment. I did not expect to love a segment like swimwear so much, because, I mean, you're very exposed on a stage, but I have been working towards this body goal for the last 3 months, and I am so proud of where I'm at, and I am excited to show off my body. So I guess today I'll say swimwear is my favorite. It might be different tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. We just realized you all just had this huge motorcades, these beautiful cars, and you all were all decked out. What was the experience like, getting all the love from Castries to Rodney? What was that like?
Well, for me, it was a beautiful experience being embraced by St. Lucia.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. I am Phillip,
Your Miss Duty Free Point Seraphine, shopping for all your senses.
We had so many people along the roadside, people in their vehicles waving and smiling. A lot of people were open and warm. Some passers by like, who are you?
Yeah. They
But-
were annoying.
Yeah, you would get that because you find not everybody who's into carnival or the old pageant. You know, sometimes they admire you, but they just don't give the expression. Not everybody that's very good in giving feedback.
Right.
But I used to feel that sometimes, and it's almost like when I speak to the person, say, I admire you. I'm like, okay, let's say something. It's only like when I cut my hair, it's like, well, I always like your locks, but nobody compliments you about it. So you get that, yeah. What was your experience like?
Before I comment on that, I remember we had a conversation earlier on in the pageant about Burna Boy's performance, and he got upset with everyone in the audience because they were not receptive. But I think in our culture, we don't have this tendency to fangirl or, you know, be completely enamored by somebody because, not because we aren't, it's because we don't know how to express it.
ourselves,
So a lot
absolutely.
of times for me when I'm performing, sometimes everyone is quiet and everyone's watching me and I'm like, oh my God, am I doing the wrong thing? And it's just they're in awe. So, but the question was, how was the motorcade?
Yeah.
It was a great experience. I remember thinking to myself, wow, this queen thing is real now. Because it was like you were on the highway. I'm passing on this highway every single day, but I'm here as a queen and I'm speaking to my people. So I had so many connections with so many different people on a highway that I'm regularly on, and it just always fulfills me when I'm allowed to connect with people throughout this experience.
Good morning, Ronnie Bay. Let me hear you make some noise. I am Tatiana Clovis Freitas, proudly representing the St. Lucia Tourism Authority in this year's National Carnival Queen Pageant. Let her inspire you.
So what was it like when you got to Rodney Bay? Each person had their own tent. It was like you got to your palace, the meet and greet at Rodney Bay. I saw when the artist was dancing, I said, oh God, these girls are dancing. You all had a ball. What was it like when you got to Rodney Bay, which was a little more subtle? You had more persons interact. What was the interaction like?
It was nice. It felt like, especially when we were dancing, I mean, Imran performed, I think Ezra performed as well. It was a family moment for all of us. We got to free up a little bit. I mean, our heels were on for the whole day, so it was painful. But, you know, we got to bond with each other through that little performance. It was like our own private concert.
I go into everything. I am people forgetting their wedding ring. I make people say what they want to say. I make them misbehave, they are kind of way. That's why you cannot have a friend without soca, 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 soca. You cannot have a friend without soca, 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 soca. You cannot have a friend because you need me for every jam, you need me for every go, you need me with everyone.
Each and everybody's tent was beautiful. I have to say that. When I got to mine, I was like, wow. And I even had some sweet treats to give out to those people who were coming in.
So that means you go with a little doggy bag or something?
I did not. They were cupcakes. And so we were advised to cut out the cake, cut out
Now,
the
funny enough,
flour.
we say cut out the cake.
Mhm.
What is it like your gym routine like for the show?
For me, well, at the beginning, it was very, very rigorous. Like I had to get into it because all of us, we have these body goals that we have to stay trim on our waist, get our muscles all toned up, get our body all
Because for the
fit.
swimsuit segment, one of the things they're judging on is body
criteria,
mass and body
the
tone. Yes.
So it was very difficult for me because I don't exercise. And then I have a coach let me do it again, or 10 more, 15 more, do 20, do 30. And
So you're not used to a personal
it was
trainer.
tough. No, it was tough having me to do squats and then do jumping jacks, go down into squats and then mountain climbers. And I'm like, I'm tired. And it's like, no, keep going. And then over time, I realized it became easier for me.
Yes, the body
So-
you keep have to challenge in yourself, like when you go to the gym.
Yes, so I won't say I will continue this gym thing because it still takes a toll on the body, but I can see some slight results. I can see it. So
Miss
it's
St.
been
Lucia
good.
Tourism Authority, what is it like? I know a gym is your back house, your
Yeah.
kitchen and stuff like that. Was
Yeah.
it easier for you in terms of your gym routine?
At first, no. I mean, I had to wake up early to go to gym. I'm not somebody who has the best sense of discipline when it comes to waking up early and going to sleep early. So I did have to dedicate that. But I love being pushed hard. I love when somebody is putting pressure on me. For me, I'm opposite to you. I need that personal trainer because I can get lazy, especially when my body is in pain. I'll be like, pretending that I did 20 and I did 15. But I love it. I love the pressure and I will definitely continue gym after that because I like the results in my body. It makes me feel more confident.
But as for me, I'm naturally fit. Naturally. And so I don't see me incorporating gym because it makes me tired.
You from like down south?
I'm from
You didn't
PI.
go from prime, my V4 side, you do your 12, your 4.
We're tough people.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
naturally fit. Probably a little too full on the thighs.
Okay.
I could work on that, but I'm always on the move.
Yes,
So I
yes.
don't really have time to slouch around and put on weight. Like whatever I eat, I'll metabolize that very quickly.
Wow.
Because I'm constantly working, constantly moving. So I think that's enough exercise for the day.
So my next question, Phil, how do your ladies balance off your jobs, your personal life, and the pageant? Because I think that's the pageant alone is like a whole world by itself. How do you balance it off?
Well, I had to segregate myself from my personal life, so I do not have one at the moment. I had to take leave from work to accommodate the pageant because it is demanding.
Definitely.
It is demanding. But what has helped me to create such a balance, because I do have a little grilling business back home, and so
What
I've
business it is?
grilling. So
Like
we grill
chicken,
pork,
pork.
and
Ah,
wings and
okay.
stuff like
Oh, nice.
that. And so I was heavily present back home, but then since I moved to the north, I have to relocate here because driving all the way from PI back, come up to Rodney Bay, go back to PI. I used to get home very late at night.
Yeah, it's not-
And that was unsafe.
No.
Because I would find myself swerving into the next lane at certain times. I'm like, girl, you're looking for your death.
Yes, yes.
And so for my safety, relocated to the north. So I have had to leave all of that back home and focus on this pageant now. At the same time, it can be very rewarding. So it was a risk that I was willing to take. But so far, to balance all of this, I just try to, when my sponsor, she creates a schedule, so I know that I have gym today, I have this rehearsal today. So prioritizing these tasks and having an organized schedule, it keeps me a little sane.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us, Miss St. Lucia Tourism Authority. How do you balance off your personal life and the pageant?
Yeah, I mean, because this pageant is so centered around who you are as a person, how you present yourself, your intelligence, your body, it's very hard to separate a personal life and your pageant life. I find myself a lot of times when it's time to sleep and I'm so tired, I'm in my bed, and before I go to sleep, I'm answering questions before I can't make myself sleep before I answer questions, because I guess I'm so deep into what this pageant means to me now. But I do try to hang out with friends in time, like just to remind myself who I am outside of a public figure, because it can be a lot sometimes. In relation to my job, I mean, like you, I've taken time off my job as well. I worked late hours. I was a waitress and a bartender, and for you to be a pageant queen and a bartender is also kind of, tricky. So I am happy that I took time off work to focus on this. I just hope that when I'm out of this whole pageant world, I'm still myself.
You will be.
I think you will be. I think what happens is what you take the positive from the pageant, and then you apply it to your daily lifestyle, and I think it can enhance, because you hear a lot of persons saying that the pageant help them to be more confident. It creates a sense of fashion. You network. There's a lot of networking. I mean, you all have so many events. I'm like, sometimes I wish I was a beauty queen. I say all of those events. So I think after that, they would have some good things you can apply to your daily lifestyle, because after the pageant, you can just sit and say, wow, even though I did not win, but the experience, all what you got from the pageant, I think that means a lot. And the fact that we're talking about got from the pageant, we have a little goodies here for y'all. Miss National Tourism Authority. This is from Christine Samuel, Christy Creation. And we have here from Anthony's Jewelry.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. And we have here it's partners, Climax, a little energy, all the rehearsals.
Leave that right after this.
Yes,
We need it.
Thank
you. I love gifts.
Basically, what you need to do for me for Christy Creation, just tag her.
No
in the
problem.
Photo that we have here again from
Thank
Climax
you.
and from Anthony's Jewelry.
Thank you.
I hope this gift goes a long way. Yeah.
They will. We've received so many gifts.
Christmas early in the year.
Yes.
That's very much so.
Halfway through, we've received so many goodie bags. We've had some luxurious experiences.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if ladies, you all had to look into the camera and tell your sponsors something, what would it be?
To Duty Free Point Seraphine, thank you. Your belief in me is a huge vote of confidence. You have embraced me, and I couldn't ask for a better team. You are with me every step of the way at every rehearsal, especially Demaya Oje. She is present. You are present, and I am so thankful for you. I am thankful for the entire team. You guys keep me going. I know you guys are excited, and I am truly hoping to make you proud. It is my dream. It is my everything to make you proud. So again, I can't do it without you. Thank you, guys.
Yes, so a big shout out to the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for understanding me. I know that I am a bit of a tricky person, especially when it comes to the things that I want to do. But I think that you chose me for a reason, and it is an absolute pleasure and a big responsibility, but one that I am proud to have. And I plan to continue to make you proud and make everyone else that has been supporting me as well proud.
I think if I was a sponsor, I'd be happy with the sponsors. I mean, like, growing up and in our society, we normally hear some parents or guardians speak negative when it comes to a young lady going up for a pageant. And then, funny enough, by just interviewing you and interacting with you, you'll realize there's so much more towards the pageant that people don't know about. So that's why I like those interviews. So what would you tell a parent or a guardian that would have a negative content when it comes to their daughter participating in a pageant?
I think it's important to look at the people who have joined these pageants and where they are today. I mean, there are so many examples of people who have made it so far. I mean, the reigning queen, Shan Lucien, you have Louis Victor, you have Roxanne Didier, you have so many people, and not even people who won. I mean, you have Annika, you have Chatoya, Jean-Baptiste, so many people who have come out of this one person but completely transformed and a better person, able to maneuver themselves in society and just become an all-around better person. I mean, there are so many examples.
Okay, so for me, while parents do have their beliefs that, you know what, this is all about beauty or portraying your body, exposing your body for the public, and it actually makes you vulnerable to criticism, and it's not always positive from the public. But what I can say is it is a very transformative experience. It is not just here about showcasing your body, but it's an opportunity to grow in itself. It's an opportunity to become more confident, for this young lady to find her purpose. She can make an impact, and so there's a reward at the end of it all. All of us walks away with something. The queen, if she's successful, she can pursue further education, and there is a little prize money attached. So instead of just laying around or being idle, it's a great opportunity for any young lady.
Anybody should grab it.
They should.
Yeah.
They really
and I don't
should.
think people, funny enough, you said about the exposing of the body, it's only about 2 minutes on stage in a swimsuit. And we all go to the beach in a swimsuit.
But here's what we have to take is that whatever is online stays online forever. So while we do this 2-minute exposure, it is recorded, it is posted for generations to see. But then again, there are standards for exposing our bodies, so you don't come out looking skimpy.
No,
you know?
no. With the Queen Show, there is standards. They
There
make
are
sure the
standards,
swimsuits
yes.
up to cover. It's almost like just having a panty and a bra. I think just that some people have the beliefs. I think we have already had contestants in the past, delegates, and then they have these issues, and then afterwards the parents always the biggest supporters on the night of the show. But I think for some people it just takes some time to grow on them. Because I think as Miss Senator Tourism said, you've seen contestants and delegates that have not won, and they've been doing big things in society. What is the feeling like when you walk the streets, or maybe you go on your Facebook page and you see that the young ladies that admire you, and what would you tell them to encourage them just in the education and in the just whole life in terms of encouraging a young person? It can be male or female. What can you say to encourage them?
I'd say that, I mean, as a young person, you have this predisposition to wanting to be liked by everybody, and you follow the status quo. You do whatever everyone else is doing, but there comes a point in your life where you look back at yourself and you realize that what is there about me? I think if there's one thing that I would encourage young people to do is tap into their individuality and embrace their individuality. I mean, my mommy always says, be you, for you are only you, and that is your superpower. And that's something that I always connect with in times of feeling lost. I mean, just be you, tap into your authentic self, know your voice, find power in your voice. And in a room of 100 people, if 99 are telling you that your voice doesn't matter, you have to be that one person to tell yourself that it matters.
I can agree with Tati, but for me and what I advocate for, do not ever let your circumstances define you.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what resources you start off with. As long as you're strong-willed, as long as you're determined, and as long as you want something, go for it, and go for it without fear. Just do what it takes. Sit back. No matter how many times you fall, rise again, because I've been there, and I am a representation of a dreamer who can't do but makes a way to do.
I feel like you're speaking to me. You're speaking there.
Yes.
Yes. Your circumstances doesn't determine
They don't.
who
They
you
don't.
are. Yes.
Comes from me. I had that dream to go to medical school with no resources, no collateral whatsoever, and everybody thought I was crazy. You're hanging your hat too high, but I felt that was my purpose. That was the place that I have to be, and so I forged a way for myself. I did, and so so far I have been a source of inspiration for some people, and it makes me feel so good to know that they are looking, they recognize that I've gone through the struggles, I keep rising, I don't let anything hold me back, and so they too feel inspired to do the same.
Nice.
And I feel there's no greater impact than inspiring somebody.
Yeah, ladies, this is where we wrap up. But before we leave, I'd like to say thank you so much for being here, and good luck on the 5th of July.
Yes.
And give it your all. Get your beauty slip. Don't be late. And just bring it. I mean, like, you have thousands of people coming to see you. And then, as you said, you were very positive. So after the pageant, I mean, like, good luck. I think you'll sound like, even though you do not win, everybody wants to win, but I think we all are winners. You all are beautiful. I think all of the interviews was very inspirational. I actually pick up stuff from you all, and it was very positive. And I just hope that we'll come across each other again. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for viewing. This was the Sharmark Show. I am your host, Sharmark Leo. Thank you.